Most of you guys probably know Nick Fuentes. Apparently, somebody came up to his door with a, as you can see in this image here. He posted this to his Twitter page or whatever it is. You got to take it with a grain of salt, everything that he says, but I tentatively believe that this is true because the news reported on it. We're going to hit it in just a second, but he says, "The killer parked his car in front of my house and approached my door with his pistol drawn and what appears to be a crossbow. I was live streaming at the time. He rings the doorbell, tries the knob, and yells, 'Yo, Nick.'" So I hear you asking, who is Nick Fuentes and why do people want him gone? The answer is, it's this guy. He's a Nazi, like a full-blown Hitler-loving, Holocaust-denying Nazi. Self-avowed. Yes, I love Hitler. That's what he says. And he went viral recently for basically saying, "Your body, my choice," after the election. I've already covered this video a couple of times, so I'm just going to show a little bit of it for context. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff regarding Nick Fuentes, like the news report. Listen to this.
Feel when we control your bodies? Hey, we control your bodies.
This is from early November, after Trump won.
Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever.
So yeah, that kind of landed him in some hot water. People have been coming up to his door, knocking on it, and looking through his windows and everything, like kind of, yeah, making his life a living hell, if you will. This one woman walked up to his door and knocked, and he opened the door and just sprayed her with pepper spray. Again, for context, I've already played it, but it's necessary to understand this next part.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, it's apparently illegal to do that, as it turns out. I did not realize you cannot go up, you can't open your door and just spray somebody with pepper spray like that as soon as you open it. So anyway, he's facing criminal charges. He's got a mugshot and everything. I have a video about it if you want more info on that. He came out and said this afterward.
I'm going to beat the case. I'm going to beat the case. If I go to jail, I'm just going to write a book. It's going to be called Mein Kampf.
It's a colossal piece of shit, man, for real. Hitler famously wrote his book, Mein Kampf, in jail. He attempted a coup against the German government in 1923 and was sentenced to 5 years, but went to like this cushy, nice, comfortable prison. Only spent 9 months there. Got to hang out, do whatever, got sent fan mail and all kinds of stuff, and wrote a book while he was in jail. Had a good time, generally, Hitler did. Anyway, got out after 9 months and published his book. That's probably what Nick Fuentes is referencing there. If he goes to jail, he's just going to write a book, like Hitler did. Anyway, just give you a little more context on who Nick Fuentes is. This clip is from early November 2024. I think before the election actually took place, maybe?
When I got into the right wing in 2016, it was about 3 things: hating women, being racist, being anti-Semitic. Those were the 3 things that the 2016 revolution was all about. That's what the online right was about. That's what the right wing on Twitter was all about.
Anti-Semitism, misogyny, and racism. I'm glad that at least Nick just comes out and says it. Everybody knows it. At least he is like one of the few that will just say the quiet part out loud.
It was about being sexist, being racist, being anti-Semitic. And I thought everybody was on the same page. As time has gone on, however, the only thing that they remain is racist, and that's it. They're not anti-Semitic. They're not sexist. They just beat up on blacks and Indians all the time. And it's almost making me sympathetic. It's like, guys, we got it on women too.
What an absolutely psychotic thing to say. What a psychotic way to view the world. Really. What is wrong with him? What broke along the way? How did he end up here to believe these things, to say this stuff? Anyway, listen to this next clip from Nick. Apparently, Nick is starting to realize that his strategy of just saying the N-word randomly isn't really getting him any, credibility. And I guess he's starting to rethink his strategy, if you will.
We're talking finally a real right wing. That's the goal. So we'll be seeking allies. We're going to have to be political again. I'm going to have to be diplomatic. We're going to have to stop saying the N-word on the show. Did you see that, by the way, at America Fest? Patrick Bet-David said he wouldn't interview me because I'm saying the N-word all the time. That's so ridiculous. I mean, are you serious? But it's true. But it's true. We can't have a professional operation if we're always saying the N-word. So we all have to make sacrifices, and that is one of the great ones. So that is my outlook for 2025.
Two things, Nick. First, I'm giving you advice as one bro to another. Get rid of that mustache. That mustache is bad. I wish somebody would say that to me if it were necessary. Maybe I should get rid of my mustache. If you think, tell me. Let me know. I would appreciate that very much. I'm telling you, Nick, get rid of it immediately, please. Everybody on planet Earth will thank you. Second, he's vile, right? Like, the things that he says are really, truly, deeply sadistic and evil and vile. Imagine what his chat looks like. Imagine what kind of audience he attracts. Imagine how debased and immoral these people are that watch Nick Fuentes. Like, as an atheist content creator, I've seen some extremists, absolutely, in my comments, because movements or influencers attract everybody on the entire spectrum from where they are to the left or from where they are to the right or whatever. And I've seen people talking about like blowing up 10 Commandments statues and stuff in the comments. And, you know, obviously they get reported and everything else, but there are extremists all over the place. Imagine what his comment section looks like. It is the most vile, debased, disgusting ever. You're not at the porn stash level, Owen. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear it. I worried, so. Anyway, yeah, he's vile. He's absolutely vile. And just like, and here's another example of this mustache, bro. Please get rid of it. Please. This is from a year ago, actually. This is from mid-December 2023, so it's been a while now. But this is just another example of where this guy's head is at.
There is an occult element at the high levels of society, and specifically among the Jews. So many of the people that are perpetrating the lies and the destruction on the country, they are evildoers. They are people that worship false gods. They are people that practice magic or rituals or whatever.
No.
And more than anything, those people need to be, when we take power, they need to be given the death penalty.
Holy Christ, bro.
Straight up. And I'm far more concerned about that than I am about even non-white people or mass migration. These people that are communing with demons and engaging in this sort of witchcraft and stuff, and these people that are suppressing the name Christ and suppressing Christianity, they must be absolutely annihilated when we take power. This is God's country. This is Jesus's country. This is not the domain of atheists or devil worshippers or perfidious Jews. This is Christ's country.
Jesus Christ, bro. Get help. Seriously. You know that whole doing the occults thing or whatever? I read the Turner Diaries not too long ago. It's this famous, the most dangerous book in the world, quote unquote. And it's about a guy that ramps up, starts at, he doesn't like where society is, where the segregation came to an end. He doesn't like the fact that there are integrated schools where black people and white people like go to school together. And it ramps up all the way to a full-blown genocide. And in that book, he talked about how he believed that Jews are practicing occult and, doing magic and trying to put curses on people and stuff. And he said that it's part of a tradition of Kabbalah or whatever. I looked into it, and Kabbalah is just a form of meditation. That's it. It's just meditation. It's detailed in the book of Zohar. It's just one of their holy books, and it explains how to sit quietly and think about God for extended periods of time. And there are mystical claims about it, like if you get really, really good at Kabbalah, at like meditating enough, then you will gain like supernatural powers, like telekinesis. You'll be able to like levitate and stuff. But the Kabbalah masters that could do that stuff died a long time ago, so the knowledge is lost, but it's super powerful and God, blah, 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 all that stuff. Anyway, people like the writer of the Turner Diaries and Nick Fuentes and a whole bunch of other like neo-Nazi types of people claim that Jews are either the main adherents to like the occult, to witchcraft, or they spread witchcraft or whatever. I mean, it's all anti-Semitic dog whistling nonsense. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely nuts to me to know that there are people out here today who believe this stuff. We are in an age of civilization where information is at our fingertips. Anybody can learn anything at the drop of a hat, any moment that they want. And we have poor fools like this spreading this kind of nonsense around. Just wild. What denomination of Christianity was Hitler? And if he wasn't a Christian, what was he exactly? He was born into Catholicism. His mom was very, very Catholic, and he loved his mom very much. He was confirmed at 14 years old, I believe. 1906, I think he was confirmed, and he was born in 1889. So no, maybe it was confirmed in 1904. I don't remember. Anyway, he was a practicing Catholic for a long time. Eventually, a new denomination of Christianity started to form they called themselves the German Christians. They wanted to call themselves Evangelischer Nationalismus, which is basically Christian nationalist. That's what it effectively translates to, Christian nationalist. But Hitler actually vetoed that name and went with German Christian. I think Hitler if he were any denomination, it would be Catholic. But he fought the power of the Pope a lot. Like, he battled with the authorities in Christianity. It was like a power struggle against them. So hopefully that answers the question. He was also very into pseudoscience, not the occult. He was not into the occult at all, but he was into pseudoscience, for what that's worth. So anyway, check out my book. I talk about it. OwenMorgan.com. It's on Amazon and Audible. Was Hitler an atheist? All right, here's the news report about the whole thing. Check this out.
Investigators believe it began in downstate Muhammad, with 3 people shot dead inside this home around 9:30. Not long before midnight Wednesday, people who live along Home Avenue in west suburban Berwyn were awoken.
Started to see some bright lights being flashed into the houses.
Moments later, and just next door, another neighbor heard a commotion.
Started screaming, the police office, or somebody started screaming at him.
Berwyn police say they'd raced to Home Avenue for reports of a man with a gun. Right-wing commentator Nick Fuentes, who lives on the block, posted this photo on social media claiming a man approached his door with a pistol drawn and what he says appeared to be a crossbow and yelled his name while he says he tried to enter his home.
As soon as I heard that, I heard a little bit of like rustling in the yards. So I went.
So I guess I'm taking this to be real. It seems like it's real, right? We have people reporting on it and everything, ABC News. And I guess Nick Fuentes called the police?
As soon as I heard that, I heard a little bit of like rustling in the yards. So I went right back inside.
Berwyn police say a man ran from them, firing repeatedly at officers.
When I hear the voice, the police, don't move, stay there.
That's when police say Berwyn officers shot back, killing the man near an alleyway. Before that, they say he'd broken into a nearby home, shooting and killing 2 dogs. That was the end of a night-long crime spree that the Cook County Medical Examiner said ended with John Lyons shot and killed by Berwyn police.
Wow, dude. So this guy got shot?
Long crime spree that the Cook County Medical Examiner said ended with John Lyons shot and killed by Berwyn police.
Wow, that's nuts, dude. Like I said, all of this happened because of this whole stupid bit he did here.
My choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never.
I mean, this is the result. Look, I've been the target of an extreme doxing campaign. When my kid reported a teacher for basically in health class on class time telling students that they needed to get Jesus and that she doesn't believe in being trans and all kinds of other shit. When the teachers reported for that, we became the target of a doxing campaign. Just insane. And that's really scary stuff. My sympathy is limited for him. I don't believe in doxing. I don't believe in attacking or fear tactics or any of that stuff, but I'm having a hard time feeling sympathy for him right now. I mean, tell me what you think.